everyone, welcome back on my channel. It's me again, looking extra as fuck with my crystal crown, but at least this time there's a reason for it, since we're gonna talk about crystals. So for today's video, I have for you a list of 5 crystals that can help you with anxiety and stress and everything related to that. The modern struggle. Of course, there are a lot more crystals that can help, a lot more than 5, but the ones that I chose, it's pretty much their main thing to help with anxiety, so that's why they're in my list. Of course, these crystals can also do other stuff, but I focused on their properties revolving around anxiety, but they're also other things. I also tried to choose the ones that are quite common, so that are going to be easy to find in any store that you go to, well, any crystal store, or not, who knows. And of course, since they're going to be a little bit more common, they're going to be a bit cheaper as well. That was a criteria, an important criteria, because we don't want to stress about the fact that we're going to spend money on crystals on top of all the rest. We don't want that. Now, of course, this is just a guide. You don't have to get all of them to help you if you're really anxious. I recommend just going in a store, maybe with the list, and trying to see, when you see them, which one calls out more to you. So anyway, without further ado, let's start with my top 5 crystals against anxiety. Now, the first one on my list is also the first one that pops up all the time if you do a quick research. Crystal for anxiety. It's the top one of every list, so I figured I was gonna put it number 1 in mine as well, since it seems to be the place it belongs. And it is the amethyst. Yes, this beautiful purple quartz is essentially the top master to relieve stress. And for that reason, it is also often used to help with insomnia. So people usually just place it on their bedside table or underneath their pillow if it's not a big cluster, and it will help them find sleep and ease actually the anxiety that causes insomnia usually. The amethyst also helps balancing mood swings. It will tone down irritability, anger, and fear. It can help with feeling of sadness, grief, or just negativity in general. Like, it sort of acts like a shield. And since it is a type of quartz, it actually has quite a strong power of cleansing, like most quartz, and also a strong healing ability. And that's something that I just learned. It can also help with headaches, since it relieves all of that tension, and sometimes tension is causing headaches. So migraineurs. The second crystal on my list is probably my favorite one, or one of my favorite ones, just because, I don't know, it's just so easy to get lost in its twinkle, and it is the labradorite, I'm not very sure. It is also what my crystal crown is made of. These ones are a bit more polished, so they're not as reflective. It's just a very beautiful stone, and it is also very effective. The labradorite is a stone of transformation, and for most people, change are factors of stress and anxiety, like any changing situations or transforming situations. It's very much necessary, but it causes a lot of stress since we're used to the way things are. Anyway, it does stress me out a lot. I'm a Taurus, and I like when things don't change. I like when things change, but I don't want to go through the change and do all the work. It's a lot of work. Anyway, so yes, the labradorite is a good friend to have with you during those times, and it will help with the anxiety related to it. It helps to get rid of fear and insecurities, and it reinforces self-confidence and motivation. I need that right now. It also helps calming overthinking, just the mind and the little chatter in the mind that never ends. And it can also get rid of bad moods as well. Third on the list is the howlite. This one is known as the calming stone. Its main focus is to soothe the mind and the overthinking, again, overactive minds, and it brings a sense of peace in doing so. Peace. It can also help chill hot-headed people, anyone that's just like a little too angry or irritable or Aries. I'm kidding. A little too fiery. This crystal can help with just like chilling it down a little bit. Not only that, but it teaches patience, thinking a little bit more about what you're gonna do instead of just doing it, which sometimes is caused by anxiety. You just like do things. So yeah, this stone will teach patience, essentially just sort of helping you think about what you're gonna do or what you're gonna say in a clearer state of mind. So it's a great tool for communication as well, and emotional expression, for release all of that, but not in a bad way, or not in an impulsive way, should I say. And it is also an amazing absorber of stress and tension, so it will absorb all of that energy for you. Next is the sodalite. This one is also very pretty, but can also sometimes look like the lapis lazuli. They're just very similar, so be careful if you go somewhere and they don't have the names. This one is another stone that will bring calmness in the mind and basically it will order your thoughts a little bit more. But other than that, it can ease panic attacks and bring a sort of emotional balance. It also enhances self-esteem and self-trust. Yeah, that's very important, and therefore it can help with verbalizing things and again expressing yourself, I guess, but mostly trusting your intuition. The other ones also had to do with the intuition. I didn't mention it necessarily, but this one specifically will help with tuning into your self-trust and trusting your intuition. And it can also be used as a protective barrier against negative energies, all sorts of negative energies. It's just sort of another shield. And we're already at the last crystal. This one I've actually never found, but I've also never looked for it, so I'm sure it's probably somewhere out there. It is the lithium quartz. As its name says it's a quartz that has lithium in it. And as you may know, a lot of regular medicine on the market against depression and anxiety have lithium in it. So now, I'm not telling you to eat that stone. Do not do that. Don't eat crystals, children. But having it on you or with you is gonna work pretty much the same. I'm not saying it's gonna work as well. I don't want to get in trouble here, but it's definitely gonna help. So lithium is a mineral that will help balance emotions and relieve stress. And it's a very powerful crystal, but it's also gentle. Like, it's not gonna be too overwhelming. Some crystals can do that. I'm not too sure about the ones that I mentioned. It also depends on the person. Some crystals are good for some people, some others aren't. You sort of just have to test it out. But this one in general is quite gentle, so it's gonna help, not automatically, not in an overwhelming way, but just like over time. It has a great grounding quality and can help alleviate worries, fears, insecurities, anything that the mind can think of that is not useful but brings a lot of struggle. And in doing so, it will bring clarity of mind, just like, again, sort of a sense of peace, more in the mind than in the heart, maybe. It also helps release repressed emotions, so again, in verbalizing and just like letting go of things that you're like, been holding on to this. Fuck it. It will soothe those repressed emotions while still uplifting your spirit a little bit more. Just like bringing a bit of happiness, a bit of serotonin to that little brain of yours. So for all of those crystals, the ways you can use them are quite simple. You can either carry it with you in your pocket, in your bra if you wear bras. You can wear them as a necklace, as bracelets, rings as well. Basically just have any way that you can have them on you. I know there are some bottles that have crystals at the bottom. Some people infuse their water with crystals. They take the crystals out afterwards so they don't eat them. Even sometimes just having a crystal in a room can change the whole vibe in the room. And since you're being around it, then it can also help. As I said earlier, having the amethyst on your bedside table can help if you're getting anxiety at night. So yeah. Any other way that you can think of it, you really don't have to feel like you need to get the big ass crystal to get rid of that anxiety. So again, these are just a little tricks that can maybe help with the anxiety. It might not get rid of it completely. Sometimes we have to get to the bottom source, and that's always hard to do, but at least it's gonna maybe chill it out a little bit. Worst case, it's a beautiful stone and it's a nice decoration. If it doesn't work, at least it's cute. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I feel like the way I was speaking was really like so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. What else can I say? But I hope you still enjoyed that video. I hope it was helpful in some way or just interesting in the least. If you did like this video, please like it so at least I'll know that you liked it. And maybe I'll make more videos about list of crystals, other things about crystals. Let me know down in the comments as well if you want to know more. Anything, just write anything in the comments. Honestly, I love reading them. Thank you for taking your time tuning in onto my channel, and I wish you the best in all your endeavors. I feel a little drunk, I'm just tired. You can subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed to get all of that content. Subscribe to my channel, why not? Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. In the meantime, you can follow me on all of my social medias to see what I do. I'm sending a bunch of love, and I will see you next time.